Hello again, it's Priscilla Batzell in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Studio, trying to move fairly quickly because it's 59 degrees and I did acclimatize to Florida and I'm cold and I'm not sure any of this is going to work. This is a serious experiment. First, I was attempting Christmas shopping, which is always kind of lame for me at this late date, and I found these at Marshall's and they are pinch bowl set. They're made of silicone and I like the idea of being able to put ring pours in there, and they seem to be fairly stable base. So if you see them, they are by Zaza Kitchen, Z-A-Z-A. And we'll find out together how they work in a minute. I have shaken all my bottles. I've just now brought them out of a nice warm environment where the dehumidifier has been running. Yay. And wishing I had something better on my feet than sandals right now. And I want to do ring pours, because I keep looking at my beautiful ring pours and I'm not all there right now, evidently. So I'm going to do what I've been doing, and I'm going to start with a color. Yeah. I'm going to use white in between every layer and take my tops off and leave them off. And I'm just going to do myself a favor and grab every pretty color I can and not worry about anything else. And if I make more than one ring per cup, then the colors will change up somewhat. And I don't know, what do you say when you got nothing to say? I guess I haven't had that much trouble in the past. I'd like to be able to stay on top of this and pick nice colors. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. But it's been really super cold here and super rainy and super windy and not very pleasant in the least. And I've been stuck inside the house for way too long. And I needed to come out here and take a chance. So this is me doing that. And this is you joining me. And thank you very much for that, by the way. And I hope you guys all had a happy holiday, because it isn't Christmas for me yet, but I bet by the time this gets posted it will have been. So I've got some colors I'm not minding the look of, and I'm going to keep doing what I've been doing, which is adding white, and I'm going to grab some of that Prussian blue. All my bottles have pouring medium already in them. The recipe is in the video description, or below the video in the description. You can find it there. I'm trying to remember what I was getting so adept at this before, and so the first thing in will be the last thing out. How's that work? No, I'll remember eventually. All I gotta do is do one bad one to irritate myself into figuring, hey, I could just watch my own video again, right? God, I sound like a ditz today. Oh well, never mind. And I like my color shifts, and this is a color shift by Folk Art, and all my color shifts are by Folk Art. I've got a green gold and a blue and a minty green, and I just picked up a new one at Walmart that's a red, and I wish I'd saved the bottle so I could read you the name of it, but maybe we'll just get away with using 1 cup of paint. It's looking like I'm filling her up pretty good. And that just stopped. Could have been the marble. I'm gonna try and switch to bolts, but I haven't figured out how to get them in bulk yet. And I went like I said, Christmas shopping, and I was at a big chain hardware store, and you could buy one bolt. So much for my plan of come on out. Come on out. Thank you. There we go. Much better and prettier. And I'm going to just throw some pink in there because I can, even though I've been altering every other color. I didn't use any gold. Also, I did something really cool. Where is my bottle? I know it's right here. I was getting ready to make resin on the internet. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm Brenda. Pardon me. I was getting ready to do some resin and buying gold mica powder. This was like 12 bucks. That's very reasonable, and 100% cosmetic grade mica powder. And I wanted, ever since I saw it, to go ahead and mix it in with some Floetrol and some GAC 800, and it seems like a really good idea. So we'll find out together how that works. And I'm going to put a little more white in there if I didn't hide it on myself. And might as well finish up. And I hope this doesn't... I hope this is good. We won't say the other thing. I hope this is good, and I'm going to use some yellow even though it's next to the orange. And why not? I have to have a break. This is my art therapy today. I'm going to put these aside for now and use just the 1 cup. And I kind of want a base. I don't know what I'm going to do. With a base that's just willy-nilly. You know what? I've got glasses on my head and it's always easier for me to see what I'm doing than anybody, I'm sure. Somebody just told me I talk too much again. Thank you all for not being rude to me, by the way. I really appreciate that. I know I talk a lot. I'm a little nervous while I do this. Always, especially when I haven't been at it for like days and days and days. Anyway, so this paint is basically on here just to facilitate other paint to flow. And I'm going to wipe off. That is my OXO omelet turning spatula, which everyone who's purchased so far I think is probably ecstatic about, and I know I am. I know it's going to be another one of those modern art moments where I go, geez, that'd be nice to keep that. I just like some really bizarre, right out there, fun and funky, get down and dirty, abstract art. So I don't know what's going to come of any of that, but I'm hoping that some of it will help things flow. And I'm not sure you can see all of that, so I'm going to try and move my paint back out of the way and put that in a position where you can see it. Getting some cells there. Let me just mix that up a little bit. Maybe, just maybe, I should give myself permission to do some really weird things, which is add that blue. I don't see how that can hurt anything. I have one clean side, yeah, right. I had not one clean side, but people keep asking me to leave the rings, and I'm not sure I can. I think my compulsive nature is gonna make me tip. So we have 9 minutes left, and then a few after that where I can tell you all the things that I usually tell you, which are the book is published! Yay! Look for it as the first thing on my Amazon list, and you'll find the link to my Amazon right under the video. And this is cool. There we go. Now the reason I left this space in the middle was probably because I wanted my ring pour to have some sliding material, and I'm not sure I've done the best job in the world, but you know what, you can start any old way with this and bring it back to life, or give it life with the squeeze bottles and all the other tools that I use all the time. I'm throwing that in my bucket, and fortunately it was water that was out here, and so it was a little warmer than some things out of the hose could be right now. I'm just going to pick on, where am I going to pick on? Should have gone across. Boy, that magenta goes a long way. Probably will never see any of the background. I don't ever think you can have too many rings. And I've wanted to give myself permission, because we're going to tip for sure. Now at this point, just looking for any little uncovered spots and take advantage of the fact that they're there. Oh, that was pure pink. Okay, well, so far so good. I think less colors in each layer is probably my next plan, and I see I have an awful lot of a few things. I was feeling a lot like using some red and some pink. I guess it translated, huh? I like the idea of some black in there, though. And here, and here. And I'm just going to give myself permission to do whatever I want. This is not a new concept for you guys if you've been watching me for a while. Let's see what happens when I give myself, yeah, Black is good, just a little black. Now they're not just ribbon, now they're not just ring pours, they're puddle pours. Let's just keep giving ourselves permission to go nuts. Yeah, they're more puddles than anything. But that's kind of cool, and as always, I say, you know, I could leave it. Oh, that's some blank canvas. Good. I've been tripping over my tongue since I started this thing. I guess I should be used to it now. Ooh, the colors in the cup are really, really pretty. Well, I use GAC 800 in all my mixes, so when I want to leave my paint thick, I can. And being that this is a cold day, and I'm sure all the paint in the bottles is still pretty warm, but that's not to say that it's going to flow terribly well. I like that in there, though. Now, I've got edge catchers, and I suspect that I can put that paint aside and not worry too much about it. I'm going to take a moment to move my paints out of the way. That's cool. Let's torch, since we got incredible cells over here. Let's see what we get on a cold day in Florida. I want to try some of this gold right now because I can. And let's see if I see any. I know I just saw a piece of... Alright, so let's just go for that. We may want some later, but I want to see what happens when it gets integrated into the design. Just following my instincts and having a good time, and not sure what's going to come of anything right now. Yeah, that's pretty neat. I'm not minding it, at least. I've just made some artworks where I trailed paint all over and then left the edges that I ribbon poured my original design into. Boy, I am so lost today. That's so cool. I don't want to do anything to it. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that the camera can see all that. And that way, if I want a screenshot, I want something in there though. If I want a screenshot, I can have one. There we go. I do. I like them. I like them all. Somebody's going, stop now. Don't do anything to it. You're going to ruin it. I can hear you. I got to let myself play. Let's just tip to begin with. A little round and around. I guess I mixed that gold okay. I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. Now when I use an edge catcher, I stop the paint, or I attempt to stop the paint, and then I throw it back onto the canvas. As I'm squeezing it, it covers the edge of the canvas, which is pretty handy. I'm going to pick a new spot and throw it back on. I often think I should do fewer rings and tip, and then, gosh, you know what, that's just fun. I got chain over here. I want to see what happens when I go in this gold. Yeah, I need to play. I give myself permission. Oh, I just destroyed some really cute little cells. Oh well, I'll get over it. And being that I have paint on my edge catcher, it means that I can also... Oh, I need to wipe that off. I can also scrape some of it off with my spatulas, my Princeton Art Tool Catalyst spatulas, which I have not pulled out here yet. Good, I just got a fingerful to cover my edge. This is just so cool. I got some really nice cells that I like. I'm not sure I need to do much of anything else to it. I do want to still play with this gold and see what happens to it when I mix it with paint. But, you know, it shouldn't be anything very different anyway. Because it's got the GAC 800 and the Floetrol in there. I don't really want to get rid of any more negative space. And even though there's a lot of paint on there, I've got enough to cover my edges with my fingers and my black where I want it, and I don't mind most of what's there. Let's see what I want to do. Let's take the silicone spatula that I removed 2/3 of the bristles from and see if I can make a little something happen with that. I'm not even sure how that gold will cover, but I'm very curious to find out. It seems to be hanging out on top, which is encouraging to me. I kind of want... We got 37 seconds left. I have not been paying attention to the clock. I like watching... I watched some of this neon from Folk Art pink sell right up, but then I also don't see it anymore, so I wonder what happened to that. I'm going to take one more torching to it. Remember that this was a cold day that I did this, and I want a little bit of black right here. So it's definitely not a gimme that your experiments will work exactly the same as mine. So keep your eye out for my Teespring clothing underneath the video, and albums 1, 2, and 3, volumes 1, 2, and 3 of Facebook artwork, no, YouTube artwork is showing in the Facebook albums down with my Pinterest and my Instagram link. I just want to play. I don't even want to talk. I just want to play. And I've got some lighter orange, and I want some of it over there just to draw the eye along. And add a few more interesting things. It definitely always reminds me of Undersea. It's a little too evenly spaced, but that's not that hard to change if you decide you've a mind to just go in and alter some stuff. The cells down here are amazing. Paint is also really thick. Probably too much paint, but I still like it okay. And I've got a naked spot right there. Wow, I'm glad I saw that. Not that I couldn't have filled it in tomorrow, but it's always better to do that today. Alright, so this is Priscilla Batzell in Spring Hill, Florida, because I may lose you, and I'm having too much fun, officially. So, whatever I've forgotten other than that, the book is available on Amazon, which I said already, and the link is under the video, which I said already. There's a contest running for anybody who donates to the studio to keep it going through PayPal and Patreon. Links are underneath the video and on the YouTube channel header, mine. And other than that, we're pretty good to go. I'm just going to keep working, and then I'm going to torch again as soon as I have my edges covered. And I'm going to look at what I've got and see if I want to do anything else to it, like monumental. Like add a color. Yeah, I don't know. I thought I'd like it better. And there's a lot of paint on there, and I really do want to just tip it, but I also don't hate it. I could tip it onto another canvas. I think maybe just drawing the eye down will help a little. Yeah, that's going to help a lot. Yep, I like that better already. Just pull out those squeeze bottles and give yourself permission to use them.